Having worked with drivers for a number of years, we're aware of the impact their service can have on vulnerable people's lives.
It's nice when the taxi pulls up and they ask you, is it Sarah? Is taxi for Sarah, rather than me having to go up and assume it's a taxi. It might just be somebody else looking for directions. That can be helpful. Giving my guide dog space in the car. The best place for her is in the front footwell. In the passenger footwell. Me in the front seat, her in the footwell. That gives her so much more room to be able to get in the car, to settle herself down and climb back out again without too much disturbance of your vehicle. Putting her in the back behind a driver's seat, there isn't enough room. Behind a passenger seat, once she's got in, she's only one way to get back out, and that's across the back seat and out of the other door. It's not always easy. So please allow us to sit in the front seat with the guide dog, because that really is the best place for them and the safest place for them.
I haven't been in a taxi since the last time, because I'm just so afraid. I'm just frightened of being left. I've heard that many stories from my friends of being left at the curb and driving off, and I just won't attempt it. No.
A few weeks ago, the taxi driver just took my walker out, even though I was with my friends, and threw it on the ground upside down and didn't treat it with the respect it deserved. But the thing is, if our equipment gets damaged, we can't get out and about. And some people think because we're disabled and we don't work, paid work, we don't do anything. But as you heard earlier on, I'm a volunteer with Sheffield Voices Build and into housing, which means, and I also do a lot of conferences, and it's really important that our equipment works, not only for our work, but also just getting out to see our friends. Like, some of my friends like going to the pub, so they need their walker, so they can go and meet their friends in the pub for a coffee or a meal, and we love meeting up with friends. And so all we're asking is that taxi drivers treat us the same as everybody else and just give us the extra support when we need it. She's very good at helping people, but he also takes time out to make sure you get across the road safely, especially if you've got hearing problems, if you take the car on the other side of the road, or if you're blind like my husband with his guide dog. And it makes us feel safe and secure and makes the event we're going to more enjoyable, because we've got a good experience with the taxi driver in the first place.
For me, it's getting from my house to where I get my taxi or public transport. Then the next bit of the journey is that bit, and the anxiety already sets in. I'm already trying to fumble where the door handle is. If that's sort of pointed out to me, or the door's open for me, that's equally better. Anxiety sets in because you're hoping you're going to be taken to the right place or as close to that building as possible. Once we've got out of a taxi, our next bit is then getting into that building and then negotiating where we are, finding out where we need to be. So it's never just about going from A to B. So much planning has gone into us just taking a simple journey, because we have to plan for every sort of thing that may happen. What if there's a diversion? and I have to get off that bus or get out of that taxi that's not near where I need to be. What if suddenly some pavement works appear, or the street furniture that wouldn't normally be there, scaffolding or obstacles that wouldn't normally be there, and we have to think about strategies how to deal with all those things before we've even set foot out of our house. So every little bit that can be done on that journey just makes it so much better.
Sometimes the taxi drivers don't come and I have to order another one, which makes me very worried in case I don't go home.
Multiple times I've taken a taxi, and even though I've given the direction which way to go, most of them take a different direction altogether, costing me more than the actual price itself, even though I know the price. And some of them are really taking advantage of the situation. People who's actually blind, who's partially sighted, and that's just not right whatsoever.
I was in a pub working with him at night and collecting glasses. Then we become very good friends, and he took me home in his taxi. I was very glad of Mark doing that because it made me happy and glad that he took me home.
I would just like to thank a taxi driver. It was quite a long time ago, but he saved my life. Whoever you are, thank you so much. You saved my life that night. I was stuck in town. It was very, very early in the morning. I hardly had any money. I was so scared that I was going to get hurt. 3 guys approached me, drunken guys, and I thought, something's going to happen. Thankfully, this wonderful taxi driver, whoever you are, thank you. You picked me up, knowing that I've got no money. You took me home. Yes, there was a drunken guy that tried to get in, and you locked the door. You protected me, and without you, I don't know what I would have done. I was very, very young at the time. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you did for me that night. I'll never forget your kindness. Thank you so much.
When I leave here, I often get asked, oh, what have you been doing today? And I do think they think we just sit around drinking coffee and having biscuits and then go home. And those days for me, I may have been training other people in how to look after somebody with visual impairment. I may have been helping somebody that has just discovered that they've got a visual impairment and are at a complete loss. I may have been doing arts and crafts. I may have been out and given the experience to drive a car. I could have been doing all sorts of activities, horse riding. You know, there's so many other things that we do, and it's important to us that we have a life. Sight loss and disability, it doesn't mean a life lost. It's a different life, and chances are we've done more in our day than you have.